Call the meeting in order.
Councilman Munger,
Present.
Councilman Carnakini,
Present.
Supervisor Keating,
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Present.
Supervisor Keating, Pledge of Allegiance.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I want to apologize for being a little bit late. We had a few things we were discussing downstairs. Under preliminary matters tonight, there is a resolution that was added. If you're looking at the agenda, it was not on the agenda, but it's something that was discussed at a previous board meeting. But the town is in the process of acquiring 2 new tractors. Those 2 new tractors are required because of a PESH audit. At that particular PESH audit, the tractors were deemed that they were unsafe because they did not have roll bars, did not meet the current safety standards. We had to sell those 2 tractors. That was part of the resolution at one of the last previous board meetings. And now, if anybody was present at the budget hearing meeting, this is one of the concerns I had last year where there was not the proper monies appropriated in the parks line item budget for equipment. There's only $10,000 placed there. The board knew very well that we knew the dollar amounts. We knew that the tractors needed to be replaced for the state comptroller's opinion. Proper money should have been budgeted. They were not. So this resolution, again, this is the reason why it's not on there is because this all kind of came together last minute, which is why I had it on here. But the resolution clearly defines the total amounts for the 2 new tractors, the sale of the old tractors, and then depicts the $10,000 that was in the budget for the 2018 calendar year. And last but not least, it is having the board approve and move money from the general fund over to that line item in the total dollar amount of $6,306.93. So at this time, I want to make a motion to approve that resolution 2018-22.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carnakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, the next item that we have to reschedule the public hearing, and I guess I'll apologize on behalf of Mother Nature. At the last board meeting, we didn't have power, we didn't have heat. It was really exciting, so unfortunately I had to make the decision to close the town hall. With that being said, we have to reschedule our public hearing, and there's a public hearing originally scheduled for April 4th, 2018, which was canceled due to a power outage, and it's going to be rescheduled here at the town hall on May 16th, 2018 at 7:45 p.m. at the Boston Town Hall, 8500 Boston State Road, Boston, New York, to hear any and all persons either against or for the local law entitled A Local Law Amending Local Law Number 4 of 2008, which affords a real property tax exemption for the Cold War veterans, to remove the tenure limitation on that tax exemption. The copies of that law will be posted out on the town clerk's boards, and I'll make a motion to approve rescheduling the public hearing.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carnakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 2 on regular business. We have the correction and adoption of minutes from March 21st, 2018. Councilwoman Lukacek.
After the review of the minutes, I make a motion to approve March 21st, 2018 meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carnakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, item number 2 under regular business, we have the consideration of all fund bills. Councilman Carnakini.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I had the opportunity to review all the fund bills. Mr. Munger had a chance to look at those as well. And I recommend that we approve the fund bill in the amount of $436,251.31.
I will second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carnegie,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I will just add, in case anybody has any questions, the reason why that dollar amount seems higher than normal, there's the fire department payments that were meant to go out. They're supposed to go out to the last board meeting, of course, but again, due to the power, we have essentially a month's worth of bills, but a large amount of that money that went out, again, anybody can foil and request this information, but it was, again, due to the fire contract payments. So that is the explanation there in case there's any questions. All right, item number 3, under correspondence. We have quite a few things under correspondence. The first item is Scott Johnson. He's the chairman of our town's Conservation Advisory Council. Unfortunately, his wife actually is moving down south, not that far, not anywhere warm. Actually, she's heading to Ellicottville. But Scott and his wife, I wish him all the best, but unfortunately, he has to resign as the chairman for the town's Conservation Advisory Council. So we'll file that as correspondence. Right behind Mr. Johnson, we have the Conservation Advisory Council is elected to appoint Vince Mangino as the new chairman. So we'll file that correspondence. Item number 3, Bethany Pryor. She has sent in a letter to the ZBA, or Zoning Board of Appeals. She's taking a partial sabbatical. I've spoken to the chairwoman for the ZBA. We've got our plan in place to make sure that there's a quorum. So we'll follow that under correspondence. Item number 4, Mr. Burns, he has a letter requesting to be placed on the agenda for the town board meeting on April 4th. Unfortunately, we had no power. But this is in regards to the barricades on Hillside Drive. And Mr. Burns, I certainly welcome you up to the floor tonight, at the open floor. You can certainly speak tonight if you so choose. Item number 5, we have the income statement dated March 31st, 2018 from the bookkeeper's office. Yes, from the bookkeeper's office. And last but not least, we have item number 6 under correspondence, which is the proclamation for Safety Week, which is April 23rd through April 27th, 2018. So I'll list all those items as correspondence. Item number 4 under new business. Number 1 is request on the floor. So I'll make a motion to open up the floor. Please, when you come to the microphone, state your name and your address, and I'll make a motion to open up the floor.
I'll second that motion.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carnegie,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Hello, my name is Brian Burns. I live at 6556 Chestnut Lane. I have owned my home at 6556 Chestnut Lane since October 1988. I reside there with my wife and have raised 3 daughters there. At the time of purchasing my home, the only access to my home was from a driveway on Hillside Drive. I continually accessed this home from this driveway on Hillside for 26 years. Robert Telak purchased the adjoining property to mine in March 2012. In March 2014, the town of Boston Highway Department, under Robert Telak's direction, blocked my driveway on Hillside. Robert Telak is using his position as highway superintendent for his personal issues, once again. I no longer have access to my home from Hillside Drive. A long and expensive legal dispute ensued. The ownership of the driveway was questioned during this protracted litigation. On March 2018, the Honorable Tracy A. Bannister, New York State Supreme Court Justice, ruled in our favor and ordered, among other things, as follows. Bryant and Karen Burns are entitled to sole, immediate, complete, and legal and exclusive possession of the real property in question. I now have legal ownership of the disputed area and am the contiguous landowner. I've supplied each board member on the board with the order and judgment from the State Supreme Court, copies of 2 New York State Appellate Division cases that might support my request, affidavits from neighboring residents, letters from residents close to Hillside Drive access in support of my request, and a letter from the Passion Fire Company indicating that the barriers to my driveway constitute a public safety hazard. Since Robert Telak blocked my driveway, I've had limited access to my property for 4 years. The Chestnut Lane access is very steep and almost impossible to navigate during the winter. I've had a trailer that I have not been able to maneuver to my property since the barricades were placed. And pursuant to the court's order, I respectfully ask the town to remove the barricades, allow me unrestricted access to my driveway on Hillside Drive, and that the property should be treated like any other property that borders a town road. I don't wish to further incur legal costs for me or the town, and I implore the board to consider my request and resolve this issue as soon as possible. Thank you for your time.
Mitch Martin from Senator Pat Galvin's office. I just wanted to mention the senator has 2 health and safety fairs coming up. This Saturday, he has one in Concord from 9 a.m. to noon at Concord Senior Center. It's free, so anyone who'd like to attend, please do so. And then we also have one in West Seneca at the West Seneca Union Fire Hall on the 28th of April, same time, 9 a.m. to noon. Just wanted to mention that in case anybody wants to come. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi. Kathy Draco. Just in case you guys didn't know, something that happened yesterday with the roads on Back Creek. A Fisher bus was not able to go down, so parents actually had to come and pick up their kids to bring them home from school. So I just wanted to let you guys know.
What
about that.
location on Back Creek?
Um,
Do you know? Was it down headed towards Mill,
It was
where
down-
it's down to one lane?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
It's
from
in
what I
that area.
understand. He'll
so there's race at, what, you're gonna say?
I thought they said that, they said Hillcrest.
So,
But-
yeah.
But they said that the bus refused to go down Back Creek because the roads were so bad. So parents had to come and get the kids.
I
Just-
believe it was at 9300 Back Creek Road, there was a tree that came down and fell across the wires, and that was the reason probably they couldn't get.
Okay, well, thanks.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it. Anyone else? Okay. I'll make a motion to close the floor.
Second that motion?
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 2, under new business, we have Herbert Berlin, Board of Assessment Review, reappointment. Councilman Munger.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Yes, we have a request from Mr. Herbert Berlin to be reappointed to the Board of Assessment Review. I would like to make a motion that we do reappoint him, term ending, excuse me, the new term beginning, so there's overlap here. His past term ended on 9/30 of 2017, so the new term dates would be as of 10/1/2017 to 9/30/2022. I also have a note that he has been serving our town for 40 years, so I think that he probably knows what he's doing at this point.
I second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item number 3, under new business, we have an application for use of facility from the Buffalo Wings Baseball. Councilman Karakini.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Yes, the Buffalo Wings Baseball Association is requesting the use of the town fields for their home schedule, May 16th, June 3rd, June 6th, and June 13th. All the times are at 6:15 a.m., and I make a motion that we accept this application of use.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
It's 6:15 p.m. and I agree, yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 4 under new business, we have to schedule a public hearing for a local law amending the chapter 111 of the town code for the town of Boston entitled taxation. Councilman Karakini.
Thank you again, Mr. Supervisor. Are we making a motion on this?
Yes, please.
All right. I'd like to make a motion that we schedule the public hearing held by the town board of the town of Boston on May 16, 2018 at 7:45 PM at the Boston Town Hall to hear any and all persons either for or against a local law entitled, "A Local Law Amending Chapter 111 of the Town Code of the Town of Boston entitled Taxation to opt out of the exemption for certain energy systems pursuant to," what does that mean? What is that symbol?
Subsection.
Subsection.
Subsection 487 of the New York State Real Property Tax Law.
I would second that motion.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keane,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukashev.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 5 under new business, we have resolution 2018-16, which is the secret review for North Boston All Boys LLC.
So the resolution 2018-6 is a seeker review for the North Boston All Boys LLC. I make a motion that we accept the seeker review as the lead agency.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keane,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukashev.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item number 5 under new business, we have resolution 2018-17, which is a site plan approval for the North Boston All Boys LLC. Once again, Councilwoman Lukashev.
Okay, resolution 2018-17 is the site plan approval for the North Boston All Boys based on the negative declaration from the seeker review. We as the lead agency just agreed. The site plan approval, I request make a motion that we approve the site plan approval for North Boston All Boys.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keane,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukashev.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Item number 7 under new business, we have resolution 2018-18, which is the determination of the seeker type 2 action for the Brunner's Eatery expansion. Councilman Munger.
I can do it. You do it. Okay. Yes, resolution number 2018-18. Sorry to be thrown under the bus. Jen and I thought I was not doing it and she was, so give me a second. So this is determining that lead agency with respect to the environmental review of the project has final authority to approve and disapprove the site plans, and being resolved that the project of a 2,200 square foot addition to the existing 4,180 square foot restaurant at Brunner's Eatery, located where it is located, is hereby determined to constitute a seeker type 2 action as defined under said regulation and does not require an environmental impact statement. I'd like to make a motion to approve this resolution.
I second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keane,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukashev.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 8 under new business, we have resolution 2018-19, which is the site plan approval for the Brunner's Eatery expansion. Councilman Munger.
Now that seeker's been taken care of, this resolution number 2018-19 being resolved, that the town board of the town of Boston approves the final site plan presented by Mr. Brunner for the project of the 2,200 square foot addition. I'd like to make a motion to approve this resolution.
I second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keane,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukashev.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item number 9 under new business, we have resolution 2018-20, which is approving retroactive payment for the wage adjustment. At the last board meeting, we had drafted a resolution for our labor here at the town hall to provide a wage increase. This resolution is essentially for the retroactive pay, and the retroactive pay shows that at the time he has worked 158.2 hours as of March 7, 2018, and going forward, and so we will make the payment out to that individual of $158.20. make a motion to approve the resolution.
Second?
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 10 under new business, we have resolution 2018-21, which is authorizing certificate of a unqualified abandonment of former Winkleman Road under section 205 of the highway law of the state of New York. And I will also take this resolution. This resolution is quite lengthy, but under highway law section 205, a town does have the ability to abandon a road due to either lack of use or many other reasons. But the town board has determined that it is in the best interest to abandon this particular road, and I want to make a motion to approve the resolution.
I will second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. I also want to make a note that I do have the, in the agenda packet for all the board members, we do have the town clerk's monthly report. We have the report from the code enforcement officer as well. Moving on to item number 5 under old business. Item number 1 under old business is the appointment to fill, actually my vacated seat. So I want to let everybody know publicly that we've had a lot of interested great interested candidates. It's actually taken us quite a while. Obviously, here we are in April to make this determination. We sat down, we've had a lot of deliberation, going back and forth on what direction we wanted to go. We just exited the executive session, which is why we're downstairs. But at this time, I want to say that, again, we have a lot of great candidates, we have a lot of good people in town. And I guess this is almost kind of an interesting tie-in, but it's volunteer week, so there are other boards. If you're interested in serving, please continue to look at serving your community, either through zoning board, conservation advisory council, planning board, etc. But downstairs, the board sat down, we came to a decision, and at this time, I'll make a motion that we are choosing to go with Kelly Martin as our board person to join on the town board at this time. And as the board's appointments, I'll make a motion to appoint Kelly Martin to the town board.
A second.
Councilman Munger,
Placing a caveat, not that I don't think that she will be a wonderful addition to our board, but at this time, no.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item number 6 under reports and presentations. I'll go to the town clerk first.
Actually, Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
would Kelly Martin like to take her?
Sure, if you'd like.
I, and state your name,
I, Kelly Martin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of,
the duties of the office of council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
For my report tonight, I wanted to report that I attended the Passion Volunteer Fire Company Installation Dinner on March 24th, and I was honored to recognize 24 members of the Passion Fire Company as completing the New York State Fire Police Officers Course. These members completed their certifications between the years of 2011 and 2017. And the Western New York Stormwater Coalition is having their 2018 rain barrel and compost bin sale. Flyers are available in the foyer and also on the town website with the ordering for the ordering information. That's all I have.
All right, yes, thank you. All right, Highway Superintendent?
Yes, thank you. About a month ago, we had a big snowstorm when the power was out in town. Our generator down at the shop went to kick on. It's a natural gas power generator. When it went to kick on, the whole unit kind of burned out. So we tried, he thought he'd maybe fix it for a couple $100, but it's totally shot. So it's going to be $3,100 and some dollars to get it replaced. So I asked the board downstairs to approve that, and they said fine, so we're going to order a new generator. Without the generator, our overhead doors don't open, so we can't get the equipment in and out very well. The pumps don't work to get fuel. You have no power, so it's something that we definitely need. So that's one thing. And then I asked the board downstairs, we talked last year, we got prices on a new cold storage building. Well, the prices came in way too high, so we decided maybe we're just gonna put an addition on the back of the shop, add on to it, and see if that'd be cheaper. So I'm gonna give Jim Hannon, our engineer, a call and have him start working on the plans for that. The road going down by the old trooper barracks to the shop, I was telling the board that it's really starting to fall apart, and it needs some work. It needs some paving this year, if not this year, soon, because if we don't fix it soon, it's gonna end up looking like Back Creek Road. Our 187 Oshkosh four-wheel drive plow truck, we had some major issues with the dump box, the sander unit. We were talking about getting a new 10-wheeler. The new 10-wheeler, we got prices, cost approximately $150,000. And I talked to the guys, and we decided that it'd be much more beneficial to the highway department to have a new plow truck than a 10-wheel dump truck. All of our plow trucks pretty much are all four-wheel drives, and they're smaller to get around our dead-end streets that have very poor turnarounds on them. And they're four-wheel drives because we got very steep hills. So I got some prices on a new truck, and the price for just the cab and chassis and the truck without any of the equipment on it is $148,643. Then to equip it with the wing and the plow and the sander and everything on the truck is another $96,350. So it comes to almost $245,000 to replace one plow truck. Over the years, I've been able to save up in our equipment reserve. I think we have $126,000 in there. And then with our CHIPS money we get for working on roads and to buy equipment, that money can be used for buying equipment. I believe we should have enough money to pay the full amount without raising taxes any this year. So it took us 13 years since I've been here. Actually, this is my 14th year. When I started, we were in debt, $800,000. We got rid of the $800,000 debt. We saved up an extra 126 since then, but still, and I mean, we're replacing an 87 truck, 31 years old. It's, it's time. So I'm going to call the dealer and order the truck tomorrow, and we're going to get a new plow truck. Other than that, we've been out chipping brush every day except for the last 2 days when we've been out plowing and stuff, and now all the brush piles are covered with snow anyway. But we got a mountain of wood chips, so anybody wanting wood chips, fill out a sheet and get as much wood chips as you want. And once we get done chipping, if we get time, we're going to start cleaning out ditches, so we'll have fill available too. And the only other thing I have tonight is I'd like to answer some of my friend Mr. Burns' little lies, as I call them. I don't know how many people here tonight, but if you got your addresses on such and such a road, and you don't have access that you own to another road, that's your address. It's Chestnut Lane. That's where his driveway always went out. Only because he only repaved it a few years ago. He's got a beautiful driveway going out on Chestnut Lane. He never owned on Hillside Drive. Only because he trespassed and drove across somebody else's property for years, the judge made the opinion that he could drive through there, and it's his opinion because he trespassed and he got away with it. That's the whole deal there. He doesn't own that property. The deed is in my name and my wife's
It's a
name.
judgment order.
And the judge,
It's a
state
judgment
supreme,
order,
Mr.
Mr.
Burns, I don't say nothing when you talk.
You're
And
wrong.
the judge, the state Supreme Court judge, made the ruling that the barricades can stay. So
Wrong.
that's where the barricades are today,
Wrong.
and that's where they will stay. It's just like at the end of Chestnut Lane where Mr. Burns lives. he had the town pay $1,500 to block off the end of that road for nobody to go farther than his place. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Well, I think the street goes both ways, so that's all I have tonight.
Okay, thank you. Attorney Cruzan, do you have anything this evening?
Well, rather than my usual report of nothing further to add, I just want to note, the supervisor noted during the agenda review that we've had 2 local laws introduced, 22 written resolutions, a highway abandonment, and a lot of small matters along the way. So rather than have folks think that I'm not up to much, I'm proud to have been able to have a part of all these things that are getting done.
We're glad to have you. Thank you. Appreciate all the work. Good. Councilman Munger, do you have anything this evening?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I also was lucky enough to be invited to join everybody at the Passion Volunteer Fire Company installation and acted as their MC and DJ. It was a wonderful evening, and it was great to see both Town Clerk Quinlan and Councilman Cardini do their installation of officers there. So it was a very enjoyable evening, and I thank Passion Volunteer Fire Company very much for that. Going further, Town Clerk Quinlan and I are setting up an appointment to go over the refuse, my brain just went dead, refuse contracts. That's the word I'm looking for. So that we will continue to have garbage pickup in this town. So hoping that everybody's going to be pleased with that once we figure it all out. Other than that, at this time, there's nothing further. Thank you, Mr. Supervisor.
Thank you. Councilman Cardini.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. As Zach mentioned, I attended the Patchen Fire Company's installation dinner. It was a great evening of fun and festivities, and it's always an honor for me personally to do anything involving the volunteer fire companies. I appreciate the service that they give to the community. I appreciate them as people, and it's really been an honor for me. I'm actually kind of bummed because that was the majority of my social life this winter. So if anybody has any ideas for me. The other thing I'd like to mention is it's stormy and rainy season. I know that there's been a lot of chatter about power lines and down trees and things like that. And as residents and homeowners in this community, we have an obligation to keep the gutters clear of debris and bottles and things that are building up that don't allow the rainwater to drain properly. We also have an obligation to not only our household, but the households in our community that rely on the power. And if we see that there's a tree limb or there's things that could become a problem in a windstorm, an ice storm, a thunderstorm, we need to do what's right and take care of those things so that they don't become a problem where we lose power for a day or two while the power companies, the workers have to clean those up. I'd like to thank the first responders. I'd like to thank the utility workers who came out and worked in some very challenging conditions. I myself